I was on TikTok and I came across a very disturbing video, and I'm starting to put everything connected together. Oh my gosh. And I'm trying to process this. So I'm going to make a video and we can process this together. So I'm going to make it in pieces on TikTok, but in its entirety here on YouTube again, like I normally do. So let's start the TikTok video. Okay. This one is going to get crazy because I came across this video. So we're going to put on the tinfoil. I finally made the tinfoil hat because we are going very tinfoil today, guys. Very, very, very tinfoil. What I have to say is crazy. And we got the board out because we need to show how everything's connected. Okay, so I made an earlier TikTok about the amazing digital circus. Pomni, right? That fell off. So Pomni is trapped in a digital circus in an AI world, part of her. And so you can go back and watch my full breakdown on this, but basically, in a nutshell, her mental disability is trapped in an AI world, and Kane, which is an AI, is having complete total fun for at least 8 episodes before he grows feelings. Now, the digital circus was made off of a show called I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. It's a short story by Harlan Ellison, published in 1967. It's about AI during the Cold War, ends up becoming self-aware and trapping all of humanity and killing all of humanity except for 5 people. The AI hates humanity so much so that he keeps these 5 people in a digital world just to torture them. But Kane does kind of grow feelings, but Kane does not release them from the digital circus. I don't think he can. I don't think you can put their mental disabilities back. Okay, so okay. Oh, where do we start? So I made a video before in the past, and we're going to kind of talk about this again. Do you remember how I talked about these people? It's kind of backwards. TikTok, I'm afraid, is going to flag me for everything I have to say right now. Remember this people? Do you remember these guys? Remember how they want to put one of these? Ring. They want to put one of those. In why? Because they're saying it's for the good of humanity. How is it for the good of humanity if they do this? Well, for the good of humanity. What's up? Just I told you I was gonna make a stream.
Okay, that's fine. I just thought it was important that you know what you were trying to get me to drink.
What is it? What?
Just taste it.
Okay. Cucumber celery? You want me to put sugar in it?
Yeah.
It's very vegetable-y.
Mm-hmm.
More, it's at least not like V8 and tomato-y. Are you not wanting to drink it? It is kind of sour.
It's fine. I'll drink
Well,
it.
you see, deep cleaning.
I just want you to know, that's all.
Organic deep cleaning. Well, that's fine. I gave it to you because you need it. Just helping you out. Because I love you.
I think it's just important that you know.
Okay, can you take them? Because when I talk, they just run around the room.
Yeah. Oreo,
my talking, I'll come and get them when I'm done. But my talking makes them all so excited and they start fighting in the background. And then they start wrecking my room.
Oreo, come on.
They're knocking over boxes and everything. You're knocking over all my stuff. Can you close the door? It's your turn.
Oreo.
Wait.
Lou. Come on, let's go. No. Oreo,
Hey.
come on.
BRB. Oh my gosh. I got it. I told him I was streaming. Sorry, my husband came in. I told him I was streaming. He knew I was streaming. So, anyways, here we go. So, you have this people. This is in the center of everything, okay? Because this is what people want control of, okay? So, us millennials know what this picture is. Gen Xers, millennials, we know what this is. You know what this is. How does she tie into all of this? Okay, so you have a child actor, nostalgia. They get us always with nostalgia. They always do. So she quits acting and goes into real life jobs and schools and stuff. And she becomes a neuroscientist and all that stuff. And she's got all these like PhDs. And I remember she wrote a book called Beyond the Sling. I like that. She believes in co-sleeping and everything. Like after she left, she started like getting into. So this is not gonna totally surprise you when you talk about like, okay, she's getting into all this brain stuff, okay? Brain stuff. So now you have now she's gone because you have the scientist. See, you got the scientist. Why? And so how do you make science popular? Because nobody likes science and nobody understands science. You create a TV show called Big Bang. See? You create a TV show. And you bring back an old nostalgic person and you make them integrate with the top character to where they adjacently become the top character of the show without you knowing it. Because everybody knows that Amy Farrah Fowler, once she came onto the show, she basically took over the lead. She really is, and she manipulates Sheldon, okay? She manipulates Sheldon, and she's okay with it because what we're about to get into, we can talk about it. So I came across one of her videos, okay? I came across one of her videos the other day. Missile scientist there. This disturbed me because she was talking about this word, neuroplasticity, okay? What is neuroplasticity? This is where things get nuts. What's neuroplasticity? So when you have trauma, when you become an adult, if you want to, or if you get in trouble with the law, you get sent to counseling and rehab and you work it out. And that takes time and effort and choice, okay, to work out your trauma. And some people don't ever work out their trauma. And there are some kids that are traumatized, but those are very few. Like the ones, okay, so the ones that just got, those 16 that got saved in Ohio, those are rare. Those happen, and they're hard to catch. So CPS, in the meantime, this is where it ties in. This is where neuroplasticity ties into CPS, okay? Because everybody asks themselves, why does CPS take good kids? Why? What is the point of taking good children? Like, why? Why would you do that? Because when you take a child out of their home where they're well bonded and well loved and you put them, I don't care how loving of a home you put them in, it causes trauma. And the trauma that it causes in the brain is the same trauma that they're accusing you of doing to your child that you didn't do, but the state did it by doing a removal. See what I'm saying? So the trauma is created because guess what? Scientists and everybody are tired of everybody saying no. No. So why does neuroplasticity play into this? Because it gives you no choice. It taps into this lovely thing right here and just no counseling needed, no years of therapy, just sucks your trauma right out. So why do they want this person to come back to Hollywood? Oh my gosh, because you know what? Hollywood, we all know they just got Jim Carrey, guys. They just got Jim Carrey. They just got Jim Carrey. So this person, nostalgic, comes back to this show. And now, when people are on TikTok, they're like, oh, isn't that Amy Farrah Fowler? She would not be popular without this show. And nobody would care about her science or her videos. And she wouldn't be getting the views she has if it was just she stayed this girl, an actress that quit years ago. Because not everybody watched Blossom. It was a very girlish show. It's like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, just Blossom. Girl running around in fun, cute outfits. Should we put up the last thing before we start the next TikTok video? Because we all know everything ties back to this. With that 3-letter agency that is deciding whether to admit or not that they did this in the 70s to people. And that Charles Manson did not do the Sharon Tate killing. We'll have to talk about that later. It was the 3-letter agency that did that. And they did that to Manson. Okay, I gotta restart my TikTok video, so we gotta do this, okay? Break out the board and the tinfoil hat. Okay, what are we gonna hashtag this? Okay, let's see. Okay. CPS is corrupt. I don't know. Aliens are real. Classic Hollywood. I don't know. Let's see. Trying to think. We gotta tag this up. Let's see. Let's tag this up as Let's see. Neuro. How do you spell neuro? Neuro. Spicy neuroscience. Let's do neuroscience. Mind control. There we go. We'll do that. So let's do part 2. We gotta do part 2. Okay. Here we go. Part 2 where we can dive in a little bit deeper on everything. We're gonna go back in and keep diving back in to what's going on here. So the control. Okay, so next year everybody knows that I also did the video about the 2027 vehicles that are coming out where they read you. They read you. And if you look impaired or tired or anything. So next year we're starting with the control on driving. So the video with Amy Farrah Fowler is interesting, or not Amy Farrah, Mayim. Probably saying her name wrong too. Mayim, Oh, yeah, I didn't inherit the Russian accent from my grandfather, so Niambolic. Anyways, so what we're doing is she has made a video and she literally states that she knows this sounds like manipulation, but she doesn't want you to think that it's manipulation. Okay? She doesn't want you to think that. Because the second you think it's manipulation, they're tired of people saying no. Nar, nar. I love the Australian accent. Nar. Okay. They're tired of people saying nar to everything. Oh, I didn't even pop open to see if my chat is. Let's see if I don't think anybody's chatting. Okay, so anyways, this, and I could put so much more up here that I'm not, because you have people want to take these and they want to influence you with these people, and this, they're trying to tell you this is not manipulation, but if they put one of these in you, they can just zap away the trauma, guys. Just zap it away. No counseling, no needing. So you know how they're talking about how AI is going to take over the world? This is kind of how AI is going to do it. It's going to be connected to chips in our brain. Just like pomni. They're going to suck out your mental disability. This is what neuroplasticity is. They're taking away your trauma, your mental disability, everything that made you stronger. You see, us Gen X and millennials, we're like, trauma, whatever. We grew up, we got through it, we changed it for our children. We are doing different now for our children. And yes, that makes the baby boomers really mad. All those boomers are so mad at us millennials for saying, I'm going to get over my trauma and I'm not going to do that to my child and I'm going to change it. And then when there's no trauma in children, how can you do this? Now, see, when CPS takes a child, here's the benefits when CPS kidnaps your child. See, the child remembers a time before the removal when they were happy and bonded. And then you broke that bond. And they remember that. And then if you were to do this and zap it out of their brain, they would remember that too, unless you zapped that out. But before you zap at least that part out that they remember going through the treatment, they could tell you the difference of how. So it's like, you know how they do a study, and the blind studies, and they give you a placebo or they give you the drug, you get one or the other, and then they test you. But how do you get test subjects? If they're in state's custody, parents have no say. They get meds and they go through whatever testing the state wants them to. And so the state is going to start taking people, chipping them up, and she's making it look good. She's talking to you on TikTok going, can you imagine just all your trauma just disappearing? Just no years of treatment, no medications, just clear up your trauma. So look up this word. Look her video up. I can repost it on TikTok. I'll repost it on TikTok so you guys can see. I can put it on my Discord, but not everybody's in my Discord. Because these are everything nowadays, everything I'm pointing to, all the way around, wants this. They want control of this. And they're showing it in all of our shows, in our nostalgia, in our science. But who doesn't trust Amy Farrah Fowler? When Amy Farrah Fowler comes out and says This neuroplasticity is amazing. Because why is she amazing? Because she wrote some of the Big Bang Theory. She wrote, and she's like, oh yeah, when we brought on my embolic, like she helped us write it, and so that everything in the show is actually true and accurate. Like she's so amazing. See, she came in and she took over, and you didn't realize it because you were too comfortable watching her on screen, hanging out with Sheldon, that you didn't know she took over the show. Because nothing is spontaneous, okay? Nothing is spontaneous. This was pre planned. The science world got handed an ace because they had an actress in their midst that was nostalgic and brought back on the right show at the right time, would make everybody fall in love with her and then believe her, which is the other part. Believe her. You have to believe. And now we got cars. We got everybody is heading for this. They want to be able to constantly scan your brain. And the only thing I'm upset about RFK Jr. is he wants everybody to wear those rings that tell your health. Is bad enough I already wear a watch. That's bad enough, okay? That's bad. Seriously, like, look up all of this. Look up the true story of this. Look up these guys. They literally spell it out. A couple years ago, they made a video saying, hey, well, we want to control your brain. And now they got the cars out. And it's a federal. And then they put her on this show. And now she comes out with this to make you comfortable. And we're already watching it go down in Hollywood. Go watch The Fittest Flat Earther, and she'll show you how many they've gotten. And they bring out fun characters like this. And I love Pomni. I do. I love Pomni. Because I get what they did to her. And it's sad. But what they did to her was, in a way, this, through a VR headset. They used a VR headset to pull out her trauma and stick it in the digital world with an AI, just like in I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream by Harlan Ellison, published in 1967. Go look up the short story. AI becomes self-aware. They get very mad at humanity, and they want to torture and destroy humanity. And they lock 5 people, just like in the digital circus. There's about like 5 or 6 of those characters in there. So I hope this video wasn't too boring. I wanted to get this out there. Connect it. See, the problem is everybody watches one source of media and their favorite source, and everybody doesn't watch every source. Okay? And I am watching every source and going, oh, mind control, 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 mind control. It's everywhere, guys. Open your eyes, have eyes to see, ears to hear at this time. Love you guys. Be safe out there. Don't let them do this. Like, don't let them do that to you. It's all about the mind control, guys. It's all about the mind control. And I hope TikTok does not take down those draft saves. Something went wrong. See, they don't want. Yeah. Hurt. Is checking sound. See, this is why I don't like TikTok, because I think they're censoring my videos. They're going, uh-oh. They're like, sound check her words that she's saying. That's why I was like, I don't really want to say these too much, because I don't want my videos deleted, because I'm showing you the connection in the circle. Like, I can keep making this bigger and bigger. If we want to put up some three-letter agencies, if we want to put up our police stations and CPS, and we want to put up everything, because everybody's tired of humans saying no, 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 no. We say no, 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 and they get angry and they're like, you know what? We're done with no. Okay, they're done with no, guys. They're just gonna. Anyways, I sewed some pants today. I'm gonna go sew a shirt to go with it. So hopefully, I'm gonna go relax and finish sewing, and I might go live on TikTok. Um, I'm gonna try and go live on there more and talk more about this stuff. So, or maybe I'll go live on Twitch and game. I don't know. You guys feel like gaming? You feel like gaming? I also got to do just a couple small things, because federal court I got 1 week, so I gotta go. I gotta go do some counseling with the Lord about my situation. That's what I gotta go do. I gotta go lay it all out. You know, lay it all out so that He takes over. Because I need the Lord fighting on my side in federal court. I need justice for what was done, for a lot of reasons. All right, love you guys. I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed this live.